Hey, it's Deep, and hold on one second. Okay, and today I'm going to review the Exorcist Believer, which I watched in the theater last week. So I saw the movie last Friday, and my overall opinion about the movie is that it was average. So let me pull up the IMDb page for the Exorcist Believer really quick. So the film basically starts off in Haiti, where the one of the lead actors is there. He's a photographer. He's there traveling with his wife and taking pictures. The character is played by Leslie Odom Jr. right here, and his character's name is Victor Fielding. So he actually so he's there in Haiti, and then there's an earthquake that occurs in Haiti, and in that earthquake his wife gets injured. She gets life-threatening injuries. The doctor says that they can either save her or the baby. So I think Victor Fielding decides to save the baby, and then Angela. Then it cuts to Georgia, where the rest of the movie takes place. And in Georgia, Victor is living with his daughter named Angela. It's this girl right here. She goes to school, and she hangs out with her friend Catherine here. Then one day, Catherine and Angela walk off into the woods after school. Angela is actually playing with some kind of a spiritual thing. It's not a Ouija board, but it's like some kind of a spiritual thing. And she is trying to speak to her mother, who has passed away. But it's not really her mother, it's actually a demon. It doesn't mention who the demon is or what the demon's name is or anything like that in the movie. But so anyway, once they come back, they're in the hospital, and in a hospital they have them do all kinds of physical tests, like a rape kit and a psych evaluation and all that kind of stuff. But they don't really find anything that is truly abnormal, besides the fact that they don't really remember that they've been gone for 3 days. They think that they've only been gone for a few hours, and they lost track of time. Then basically that's when the possession stuff starts to occur, and there's like Angela is asks her father if he said anything while he's brushing his teeth, and the lights like flicker on and off. Then the next day, something more disturbing happens, with Angela like slamming her father's head against the bed. And stuff like that. And then more of the possession stuff happens, like they start to change, their appearance starts to change, and then all that kind of stuff happens until they decide to do an exorcism at the end, and that is where like this scene takes place. So I think the cinematography in this movie was good, and the special effects were good too. However, I think it was just a storyline that wasn't really all that good in this movie. The script was just bad, and the dialogue was kind of cheesy as well. Like this is Catherine, and in one of the scenes, Catherine is sitting on her bed. She is eating like pages out of the Bible. It is shown in the one of the trailers, and Catherine basically, because Ellen Burstyn's character, which is Chris McNeil, comes back from the old Exorcist, and she goes up to Catherine's room, and Catherine is just sitting there, when she sees Chris McNeil, she's like, "Are you looking for Reagan?" It's really cheesy like that. So we kind of assume that the demon is the same as the one that possessed Reagan because of that, but we don't really know for sure if it's Pazuzu. But anyway, I didn't think this movie was really all that special. I think it was a really average movie. And considering the Exorcist franchise, everyone had really high expectations of this movie, but the movie just kind of bombed. And Blumhouse bought the rights for this movie for like $400 million. But so I think that Blumhouse is probably going to lose some money on this movie, because let's see how much money this movie has earned at the box office so far. Okay, so far this movie has earned $57,694,031 worldwide as of October 14th. So it's been released 8 days ago. Yesterday it earned $3,770,000. And it is still running in 3,684 theaters right now as of this moment. So I think tonight and then tomorrow night it's probably gonna drop down a little bit. So it earned a little bit more money from Thursday to Friday, because most people don't really watch the movies during the weekdays. They only go during the weekends. But since they bought the rights for the movie for $400 million, and you gotta factor in the production budget and the marketing budget for each of the films, because there's gonna be 2 more films after this one. So I think this one probably had like a budget of $20 million or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, let's see. It doesn't really say the budget on this one, so I don't know what the budget is. But I'm assuming that it's probably about 20 million. And then we gotta factor in like 10 to 15 million for the marketing at least. Which would mean that this movie would have to it had to earn at least 50 million, which it did, in order to break even. But since the rights for the movies was actually 400 million, this movie would actually have to earn at least 200 million for Blumhouse to see any kind of profit. So each of the movies would have to earn at least 200 million in order for Blumhouse to actually profit from this trilogy. So I think Blumhouse kind of messed up by purchasing the rights for The Exorcist, because I don't think it's going to earn 200 million worldwide. I think at the most it's probably going to earn about 100 million. That's all it's going to earn. And then the other 2 movies had to be very, very good for it to earn at least $200 million plus per movie. It would have to earn at least 300 million per movie. So, because their total expenses would be around 600 million with the buying the rights and all that stuff. So I think this Exorcist trilogy is going to flop, and it's not going to do very well. But after watching the movie, I'm just going to rate this movie at like a 5 out of 10, because it was a very average movie, just like most other modern movies nowadays. So alright guys, this was my review of The Exorcist Believer, and I will talk to you next time with another movie. Bye.